I'm Steve Schwanke and welcome to a short Foxtrot NDIS training video on the topic of how you could monitor the billing and payments for your NDIS agency managed supports. And so what I will cover here are three steps which I think will allow you to feel confident that all the supports that you've recorded in the system have been billed, and will allow you to feel like you have a good understanding and can track which of those billed supports have been paid and which are still outstanding. So I recommend a three-step process, and let's just quickly go through that process now. So the first step I would recommend is using the general export. Under the general exports menu here, unbilled support notes. And let's pull up all the unbilled support notes here for the whole of the current year. So any supports which have not yet been billed will be listed in this export file, which we can download to a spreadsheet simply by clicking CSV. So there's your first step. You can track each of these items, have a look at the clients and run the billing over that period for which the support was provided, so that the billing does happen and that no supports remain unbilled. So that's the first step I'd recommend. The second step would be, once the payments are made by NDIA, that you upload the remittance file into this Record NDIS Payments screen here. So I've opened up the screen under the Operations menu, Record NDIS Payments Received, and let's just check the filters. What I'm looking at here are all not paid agency managed support items for the current calendar year. So I'll hide those filters. So if by uploading the remittance file whenever it's received, you can remove items from this list which have been paid, and that will keep only the items on the list under notice which are still outstanding. So let's try that. I've got a remittance file here which should acquit and remove the first three records here, the ones which are for claim reference 67933, which is an invoice number. So I've downloaded the remittance file from NDIA. Let's go and find it. So I browse to find the file. Here it is here. I open that file, and this is covered in more detail in another video, how to do this, but just to outline the steps in the process for confirming that all your billed invoices eventually get paid. Payment date, I'll set today, and load the data from that file. You can see 3 out of 3 records in that import file have been matched, and there they are. And if I mark them as paid, they will disappear now from my list of unpaid invoices. Now you'll see 368 is gone. And so in this way, I can keep whittling away at these unpaid items and keep under notice those which are still outstanding, which is still quite a few here. As you can see at the top here, 46 billing records. So that's the second step I'd recommend. Mark them off as they're paid. And the third step is there's a couple of general exports which can give you more oversight of what's been billed and what's been paid. So under general exports, there's a general export called NDIS Revenue, which is a high-level report showing what's been billed and what's been paid. Let's go for the whole of the current year to today. And we can run this for an individual staff member, for an individual support provider, but let's run it for all of our staff on this occasion. And this generates what can be downloaded to a spreadsheet by clicking CSV here. A list of each of our support providers, and by support item number, the total quantity of in the case of supports, the total hours and minutes of support provided. Usually the rate will be the same, but sometimes the rate may vary over the period. So the total dollars worth of support provided, then the dollars billed and the dollars actually paid, or the amount received. So this report will give you, at a very high level, by support provider, by item, the amounts billed and paid. And then if we go back and we can run a more detailed version of that report, the NDIS revenue detailed listing of support, again, same input parameters, January the 1st to today. Let's run it for all staff members, export, and this gives a detailed listing of each individual support. So here we have, Jenny Bristow provided on the 2nd of the 3rd, 2023, 1 hour of support to client Jenny Hobart for this NDIS support item number. And if we scroll across the support provided, support provided in dollars value, support amount billed and amount paid. So for each of our supports, we can go through here, we can see, this one's been billed and paid. This one's been billed but not yet paid. And this one here, well, it's not yet been billed. So this allows us also to get a high level report covering what's been billed and paid from all the supports provided. So I think if you follow those 3 steps, you should have a fair degree of confidence that you're billing everything that all the supports you've provided, and you know what's been paid. Thanks very much, and I'll catch up with you again in another one of these training videos.